What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome everyone to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Boise State Broncos, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Broncos will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his spot. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Tennessee's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy. He's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
The Volunteers love to move quickly. On the run, it's Lewis. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Finds us back in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Got the first down and more. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Volunteers are moving quickly down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
And guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
And the Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try the run. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The 2024 season for Tennessee had some highs, wins over Bama, Florida, and Oklahoma. Man, did it end with a thud. They got clipped by the Ohio State buzzsaw and then suffered the big shocker of the offseason with Nico Iamaleava jumping into the transfer portal.
Yeah, I don't know that there is a more interesting offseason than in Knoxville. The quarterback spot, the drama, the back and forth, and Nico leaves, and then Joey Aguirre, who he goes to UCLA, Nico, and now the guy who transferred there transfers to Tennessee, so quarterback roulette, and Tennessee has a new guy.
There are things I expected to remain consistent, at least with Tennessee, though. Tim Banks is going to do a great job at defensive coordinator on that side of the ball, and you know Tennessee's going to run it as well. So I know a lot of question marks around the quarterback spot, but there are other facets to this team that make them very dangerous.
Got the quick pass. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a third down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Caught near the sticks. It's Jefferson. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Right, just big tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Running through contact.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like he is the bell cow.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Volunteers.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep beating him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure. Limit that return. So Boise State's offense will take the field for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinator coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Quick release on the RPO. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this.
Gash unleashing the knee on the right. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Gives it on the option. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Madsen. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He slides that just inside the right upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Coming out with it, it's Newton. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So here is the Tennessee offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. On the run, it's Lewis. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. The Volunteers want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass on 2nd down. Sets up the screen. Shakes off the defender. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. He rifles one deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
I know everyone's yelling like you didn't get the 1st down, we need more yards, but if you think about it, nice short completion sets up a 3rd down, and guess what, nowadays 4th down, green light, we're gonna go for it anyways.
We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Aguilar. He's got an open man. Brings him to the open. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this, this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Just keep slinging it. Looking to buy time. He'll try to do it himself. Across the 25, he's got room. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Lewis. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll run it. It's Lewis. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And the Volunteers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here they come going for the 1st down on 4th and 2. They'll run for it. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. So going for it on 4th down is one thing. Quite another to say we're going to run it for a couple.
Yeah, that's impressive because that was a long 2 yards. And I think there are a lot of coaching staffs out there that would have probably tried to throw it or get their quarterback on the perimeter or give him a run-pass option. But not this offense. They believe in their guys up front to get down in a 3-point stance and drive off the ball, and it works out.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Takes the handoff. It's Lewis. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown ball.
One thing this team has shown earlier this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their 1st game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Texas is currently ahead early in this one in DKR, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 7 over San Jose State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
And the Broncos with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Makes the grab on the left. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we speak.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Broncos will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll run this play from the pistol. The offense changing the play. To throw, it's Aguilar. Dances away to buy time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
That's a good example of a good pass rush affecting the quarterback's rhythm. He wasn't able to just take his steps and throw with his feet underneath him on balance. He was forced to move, forced to escape the pocket, and right away everything fell apart with the accuracy and obviously not on the same page with his wideout.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on! Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Buys a little extra time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. It'll be 3rd and long. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
Oh, he missed it. No good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys.
Tennessee, 14. Boise State, 3.
They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Dropping back, it's Madsen. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
All right, it's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Grabbed over the middle, it's Marshall. There he goes. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Got his man. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On the move, he fires. It's complete. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw, it's Madsen. Touchdown, Broncos! Quick strike through the air for the score.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown and get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
That's caught. It's Matthews. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Floating away. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wideout set, trips right. They'll throw again after the incompletion. With the catch, it's Lewis. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw, it's Aguilar. Here's a heat. The sure hands, it's Jefferson. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful start to things in Knoxville here today. And how can we begin our analysis of that 1st half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas amidst the smoggy smoke there in Rocky Top.
And the Vols will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. But they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Off the play fake on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Broncos with the 1st and 10. The give on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Broncos will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A sky-high punt. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. RPO complete to open the drive. Now across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Looking for room. It's Lewis. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. The Volunteers moving quickly to the line. They go right back to it. Breaks the tackle. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Got a man. It's Bishop. And they pick up just a few on that completion. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. The give. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. The Vols come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Back to throw, it's Aguilar. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, and giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Got his man. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Runs through a tackle. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. And the Volunteers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the air on 1st down. It's complete on the right side.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Here's the handoff. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee!
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They'll get this drive going from the 17. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have...
Oh, he's got some space. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. The quick out. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Lost a throw on 1st down. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Running back searching for a hole. Sends away from the defense. Bounced right back to them. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a 2nd look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Broncos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got a man, it's Sherrod. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
They get to him as he throws. He can't make the connection on the soft toss. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. The official says no good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. They'll give it to the back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball.
Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Scanning the field, it's Madsen. Hunts it out of the air. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Broncos can really attack on this second and short. Motion from the back. Second down, they'll go to the air. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So now on comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights. Good. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. One final play before the end of the quarter. A quick pass to the left. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Using his legs, it's Bishop. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Vols are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll run it from the gun. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Volunteers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Finds his man. It's Garcia. He gets down to the 25 before going out of bounds.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Breaks into the open. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out. Looking for the end zone. And they'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Volunteers!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Boise State ready to send out that offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you can tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just try to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Madsen. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This drive will start at the 6-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Vols are in the hurry-up.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between takeaway.
Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Volunteers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Caught near the sticks, it's Smith. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. He's going for a big play downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Volunteers will bring the punt team onto the field. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a 1st down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Finds his tight end. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. To the air. It's Madsen. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Boise State. All that big. And then strolled into the end end zone for the score.
Number 5.
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
They still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the 4th.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onsides every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
And you want that clock to run. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Going to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this 3rd down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quick completion on the out. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Vols enter the final minute with the lead, trying to run out the clock. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Thomas. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Vols!
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And the point after is good. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This quarterback has to stay calm, cool, and collected and drive his team down for a score late in the 4th. Back to throw, it's Madsen. Fires to the tight end. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throwing right. He's got it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
On the flag. 2nd down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Marshall. Oh, the ball squirts out. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
hands down. They've got a big lead, and with that fumble, they're going to win the game. You've got to give this defense credit.
Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it and make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
Dances away. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And he missed it. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, the lead's still at 15.
Tennessee, 35. Boise State.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Dropping back, it's Madsen. He wants a big play here late. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.